Hi.
We got a giving challenge coming up.
Yeah, on the 26th.
And the 27th.
Yeah.
From noon to noon.
Eastern Standard Time.
Which is great.
Right. So why SaraSolo?
Yeah, why SaraSolo?
Didn't we end SaraSolo with
We
our...
did. We ended our last festival this spring because it was time to move on in the direction that we've always wanted to be.
So we're still here, but we're just not doing festivals anymore.
No,
we will
we're
from
gonna do
time to
something-
time.
I think we do something even better.
Oh, we are. Yeah, because we're going to still have productions and we'll still have presentations.
Well, and to be fair, just so you know, that we started the SaraSolo festivals because Blake and I have always been interested in helping people develop their solo material in solo theater. And when we got together, the dream was to always have a retreat down here to have solo artists come together and create their work, but not necessarily by themselves. They would have the support of a collaborative.
In fact, we started some of that at our very first festival.
And our very first festival in
we had a
2015.
week of development. And
between 2 weekends of festival, which was perfect.
We called it Flying Solo.
We called it Flying Solo at the time. It was great. And so that first year, anybody who had something, they had a presentation in the festival, about 10 to 20 minutes.
And to be clear, we're always talking about solo performance.
Solo performance, right. And then some people, we developed for the next year, which I thought was interesting, that it was more of a workshop, so you would do a good 20 minutes of your piece.
Right.
And then...
with the big intention of actually doing a full piece.
And some of them actually did, and they were in the festival the following year, or whenever they were ready. It's really... So we were already from the beginning doing what we really, really want to do, just to help solo artists develop their material.
And then actually through another SaraSolo festival event, we had elders and we had who were all three presenting solo monologues.
And three teenagers.
3 teens.
Who also... and what we discovered in that is the conversation that the two had together.
Because they watched each other.
They watched it and were very supportive, and that gave us an idea.
Let's do something we would later call The Bridge, which is an intergenerational program that brings middle school students and adults who are 60 plus together in conversation, in meeting, in interviewing, and finally in writing a monologue based on the other.
Right.
And presenting it as the other character.
Something we want to continue to be able to do in other schools as well. Okay. And then we had a chance of creating solo theater art, a development for the juniors over at Booker High School in their theater department.
They seemed ripe for exactly this because they are students who are almost finished with their high school career, their second to last year, and who may not be known even to the folks around them and the faculty because they're teens. They don't always have a voice.
And our focus was, because people quite often feel like they don't have anything interesting to say, they don't have a story to tell, and both the generation of our elders and our teens felt like, why would anyone want to listen to them?
Exactly.
And our teens in the high school were quite surprising because they do have things to say, and when you just give them permission to do so, they could do a TED Talk if they wanted to, but they had to make it theater.
We give them writing exercises, things that would start to have them look inward at their wants and needs and dreams, and maybe things they've never expressed before, and maybe things that they didn't even know existed. Right. We have something called the aha moment that we look for in everything we do.
And they all had amazing aha moments.
Yes. There was such variety, and they all told something about themselves in some form that maybe was a surprise to themselves and to others around them. And their instructors were sobbing at times and laughing up a storm and saying, I did not know this about them. That's when we knew this was profound. Yeah. So we brought it the next year.
Yeah, and then what's great is when the seniors were now using this as an introduction into college, even if they weren't going into theater, going into a different field, they found that this was a wild card that brought them into a very interesting interview, at least for colleges, and they all got into the schools that they wanted to get into.
The other thing that they can do as seniors is mentor the juniors once they've been through the program, they often want to come into the classroom and say, don't be so scared of this. Don't be so scared of expressing who you really are, because it's really going to be worthwhile.
Yeah, it's going to be profound. Yeah. And then what was interesting, we had a student who's gone off to college, and she came back and mentored the mentors.
That's right.
Talking about her experience in her expansion.
But she, and her experience was unique because she finished her piece as a junior, and throughout the summer, Annie really approached her and said, is this longer? Is this something you really think is a full piece? And she said, yes.
Absolutely.
And Annie said, would you like to work
Develop
on
it?
it? And she said, yes.
Do you like to do it in a festival?
Yes. So that's exactly what happened.
It's probably one of my favorite pieces ever.
Ever.
It was so truthful and so beautiful.
Yeah.
And so theatrical.
But it's about teen love.
Oh, I know, but that's so
And what was amazing about that is all the adults, I mean, anybody who saw it and was exposed to teen love said, oh, wait a minute, I forget. They're really wise.
Yeah.
They can be. She is. But these are kinds of things that we get to learn about somebody when they become, excuse the word, that naked, but that bare on stage. It's truth. We like truth telling. Doesn't mean you have to tell the exact idea, the exact facts of a thing. But you have to be truthful in your heart.
Exactly. And because we had done the flying solo through our festivals in the past, we decided to create a thing called the solo.
The solo. The intention is to take primarily professionals and adult solo artists who have a seed of an idea and want to make something of it, and ideally get into performance, because we will help them through that entire process.
In a sense, we're doing our retreat. We just don't have a retreat place yet.
Because what we do is offer a safe space in which to explore whatever it is you want to do. We want you to take a leap with us, because that's kind of what we're doing, Annie.
We're kind of taking a leap. Because we aren't doing the festivals anymore.
The festivals were
took care
more
of
income
themselves,
for us.
right?
And they paid for themselves, and then they would set us up for the next festival, the next year. But we don't have that income this year. We are taking a leap, and we want you to go with us, jumping into 2 programs that together cost about $20,000. We hope you can help us with that. We would love to have you involved.
So we can move forward and scale this to other places.
Yes. We want to also present these pieces. They've been done informally, the in-school pieces, but we'd like to open that up to the public so that you can, first of all, see where the program is going and see the results of it.
Absolutely. So please support. Thank you.